I saw the other day, Steam hasn't come out with an announcement that is very, very consumer friendly. I don't know. Did you see this?
I think so. I heard a couple things about Steam, so carry on.
They had a terms and conditions update for people who are
Oh, yes.
posting games. How would you
Publishing
games using their
on Steam.
And basically it was an anti-crappy company clause.
Sure, yeah, I think so.
Right, where most of it had to do with like DLC / Game Pass, like Battle Pass type stuff, right? And now, if you are going to pre-sell a DLC of any type, and they define Battle Passes as a DLC because you pay for in-game content,
advanced content as well, or
pre-orders, right? Anything like that. If you're going to do any sort of pre-order, there's like a couple of things that you have to do. Basically, you have to tell everyone what's in the bundle that you're buying, right? So if it's a battle pass, you have to tell them, oh, it's this many skins, this many new weapons, this new map or whatever, this X, Y, and Z. Right?
Which glad they're cracking down on that legally, so it's not gambling. Like it's a problem with loot boxes.
And then you have to tell it has to come out on a specific date.
Oh, okay.
And you have to do it, and you can be vague about the date, right? So if you say first quarter 2025,
spring,
right? It has to be first quarter 2025.
Okay.
And they allow you to revise that once by 3 months.
Sure.
So it's like, which is understandable. It's like, we had some development difficulties.
Yeah.
So now we're releasing, 2 months later than anticipated. We're sorry. Steam allows you to do that, no problems.
Okay.
But if it's any further than that,
you got to give people refunds.
You either have to talk with Steam to get it approved.
Okay.
Or Steam will force you to refund everyone. Basically.
Wow. And then it's like, then you'd have to start over with like, here's the date, please pre-order the new date. Yeah.
And so if you don't comply with any of these new rules, refunds,
to the consumers.
DLC refunds, which is crazy.
That's impressive.
And so I saw a video of some guy going over like games that have had DLC or big pre-order updates or whatever, right?
But they've just been on pre-order indefinitely. I'm sure there's a lot like that.
Well, and so it also is for games in beta or like early access or anything like that as well.
Yeah.
So, but they're going over a bunch of these different games that have been successful, right? Like one of them that he mentioned was City Skylines.
Oh, okay.
Which is a reasonably successful game.
Yeah.
There was like Chivalry 2 or something like that as well.
Oh, maybe? That sounds familiar. Yeah, I think that one was probably in early access for a bit.
Anyway, there was he went through a bunch of these different games and was like, this one passed the smell check or whatever, right?
The new rules.
A lot of games fail. A lot of games have failed that rule set, and so now they're going to have to start. This is a new rule, but their previous releases all were failing, and so now they're going to have to get their act together. And I guess my question to you is, what do you think of this? Do you think this is something that Steam is doing out of necessity? Do you think it's something that Steam is doing out of principle? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Or do you think that they're influencing the market and this might prop up bad video game companies? That might be a little bit of a leading question.
Sure. I definitely think it's a good thing. And as far as the first question, it's probably a mix of necessity, and I do generally think Steam is pretty good and pretty consumer friendly.
I agree.
We missed it 2 weeks ago, but they gave away Half-Life 2 for free for the 20th anniversary. And now they don't, but it's also only ever $10, and it's on sale right now for the next month, probably for $2. So
80% off.
Great game though. The evolution of first-person shooters. But so I generally think Steam is a good company, or Valve. But I do think it's maybe also covering bases, like I said, a little bit of legality. Like, even like literally US government lawmakers have been kind of thinking about the gambling in video games for a while. It's a topic that's come up, of like, okay, there's kids involved here, and you're selling them hidden things that they don't know what they're paying for. Like, that's gambling. That's illegal in most places, and definitely to kids in all places.
Yeah.